Parental alienation. What is it and how can it be prevented? Parental alienation is a sad byproduct of divorce or other breakdown between parents. It is unfortunately usually the result of deliberate sabotage by one parent against the other. It's very rarely an organic response by the child, provided that there is no physical or emotional abuse present. Now, according to psychologists, parental alienation is a set of processes and behaviors conducted and enacted by a parent to deliberately and knowingly damage or sever the relationships between the child and another parent with whom the child enjoyed a prior loving relationship. A child may express disapproval or even hatred towards the parent they loved and respected before the separation or divorce. Now, parental alienation syndrome. Strictly speaking, there's a distinction between parental alienation syndrome and simple parental alienation. However, the difference is one of degree. Now, for the purposes of understanding the concept, I'll use the term parental alienation to refer to all types of alienation between a parent and a child in the context of separating parents. Further, estrangement versus parental alienation. This also needs to be differentiated. Estrangement is sad and all too common, but it does not arise from the same vindictive motives as parental alienation. Estrangement refers rather to the breakdown of the relationship between a parent and child, which may come about because of the parents' poor treatment of the child, abuse or neglect of the child, poor parenting behavior, low insight into parenting behavior, inability to understand the child's world or to place themselves in the child's shoes, and the struggle to take responsibility for their own emotions and behavior. Some of these factors can be blamed on the parent. Some are unconscious behaviors. None is driven by the other parent, as is the case with parental alienation. Now, pre-divorce. Although we talk about parental alienation as a consequence of divorce, the roots of it can often be found in the family dynamics before the marriage ends. It can be argued that the dying days of a relationship, when the couple still inhabits a common home, can be more damaging to a child than the divorce itself. When children are used as emotional bargaining tools, they are often manipulated into a situation where they side with one parent or the other. When the relationship between the parents is resolved, even if it is via divorce, children are often relieved of the triangulation and a harmonious relations with both parents can be restored. Now, what does parental alienation look like? It can be mild, moderate, or severe. It's often more extreme, where there are irrational fears and paranoia. However, the degree usually is characterized by some or all of the following: denigration or hatred of the targeted parent. The child cannot recall or denies any positive past experiences and wants no contact with the once loved parent. This rejection happens very suddenly. Weak or ridiculous rationalization for intense hostility. If the child is asked for a reason for rejection, the explanation often seems innocuous. Behavior out of proportion to the motive for it. Then, lack of usual ambivalence about the targeted parent. In other words, children with healthy parental relationships normally display mixed feelings towards their parents. With parental alienation, one parent is perfect and the other is irrevocably flawed. Next, assertion by an adamant child that the decision to reject the other parent is theirs alone, despite the obvious influence of one parent on the child's thinking. Then, reflexive support of the favored parent in the conflict. This means that the alienated parent has no ability to influence the child at all. The child will blindly support the favored parent. Then, lack of guilt over the treatment of the alienated parent. The child may be rude, ungrateful, spiteful, and cold toward the alienated parent and displays no empathy at all. The use of borrowed scenarios and phrases from the alienating parent. The child may make accusations that are beyond their understanding or level of literacy. Next, the mistreatment of the alienated parent may extend to rejection of the extended family or even friends of that parent. The impact of parental alienation on the divorce process. Now, the statistics from the UK cite that parental alienation is one of the main factors in about 80% of difficult divorces that come before family courts. But here in South Africa, cases are more challenging. Parental alienation is no less than child abuse. According to Anthony Douglas, the CEO of the Children and Family Court Advisory and Support Services in the UK, the deliberate manipulation of a child by one parent against the other is a common feature of family breakdowns and could be treated as neglect or abuse and not accepted as an inevitable consequence of divorce. Now, are you a victim of parental alienation? SD Law, my firm, is an established firm with extensive expertise in divorce and family law. If you're alienated from your child as a result of an acrimonious divorce, we can help you draw up a parenting plan that will gradually and sensitively enable you to restore your relationship with your child. We could arrange for the services of a mediator or a child psychologist if required. We know that a child cannot be forced to revive love for a parent when love and respect have been undermined. It's a slow and delicate process. And we can work towards a form of reconciliation with the other parent that will hopefully remove the alienating influence. Esty Law has a reputation for empathy and professionalism with a personal touch. We'll listen to you and help you find a solution that is in the best interest of all parties, most importantly, the child.